Shalom friends, welcome to Dot Reactions Gittin 68, made possible by viewers like you. So Ashmedai, king of the demons, is just trying to go about his day-to-day routine. You know, checking his email, digging a well for himself, sealing that well so that nobody can mess with his personal water supply, commuting to heaven to study there, commuting back to earth to study here, hitting the gym for leg day, which is important because as we know, demons have chicken feet. Gotta keep those strong. Basically just another Tuesday, right? Wrong. Because when he heads back to his well to refill his Zenbo water bottle, he discovers that somebody has tampered with it and has replaced the water with wine. No, I know what you're thinking, but it's not him. It's somebody else. It was actually this guy, Ben who had been given the job by King Solomon of going and abducting Ashmedai, for reasons that will become clear shortly. Now, Ashmedai was smart. He knew that the wine was clearly a trap. Duh. He doesn't want to drink it, but he got really dehydrated, so the thirst was real, and he finally chugs the wine and passes out. Benayahu then pops down from the tree he had been hiding in and lassos Ashmedai with a chain upon which has been written the name of God. And that is indeed all-powerful, so Ashmedai was not getting out of this pickle anytime soon. Benayahu drags Ashmedai back to Jerusalem, and on the way, Ashmedai does do some weird shit, which honestly I do think people should expect if they're attempting to kidnap the king of the demons. It's not going to be a normal drive. Finally, they roll up to Jerusalem, and the mind games between King Solomon and King Ashmedai begin. Passive-aggressively, Solomon does not summon Ashmedai for 3 whole days. At that point, Ashmedai is presented to the king. It is king face-off time. Ashmedai draws a 4-cubit rectangle with a reed on the floor in front of King Solomon and says,
"Yo, at the end of your life, all you will have is the 4 cubits of your grave. You've conquered the whole world, but you still want to conquer me? Have you spoken to anybody about your issues? Because it is giving greedy."
Solomon is like, oh, no, there's been a misunderstanding. I just want to build the temple, but I need that magical shamir worm that cuts through stone in order to do that. Because I'm not allowed to use tools made out of metal for this purpose, a magical worm it is. We have credible information gathered from 2 demons who we waterboarded that you know where this worm can be found. Ashmedai is like,
"Okay, Dick Cheney, I do not have that worm. The angel minister of the sea had it, and he gave it to a wild rooster. And the rooster, last I heard, is using the Shamir worm to terraform some mountains. Not my worm, not my rooster, not my problem."
So King Solomon sends out a special ops team to go get that worm, and they do. However, the rooster is so distraught at the fact that he can't return it to the angel minister of the sea that the rooster strangles itself, which, yes, is the most implausible part of this whole story. So now Solomon has the shamir worm in his toolbox. Poor Ashmedai had to remain as King Solomon's prisoner until the temple was complete. He did get some privileges. He could listen to true crime podcasts. He could go work out with the Levites. And Solomon and Ashmedai went from enemies to frenemies. At least that's how it appeared. One day Ashmedai and Solomon are standing next to each other and Solomon goes, "Hey, Ash?" And Ashmedai is like,
"Yeah, dude?"
Solomon asks, "I've always wondered why demons are better and stronger than us. What's up with that?" And Ashmedai says,
"That's a great question. It really is. But I think it's better to show you rather than tell you. I think it's just easier to understand that way. If you take this chain off of me and also give me your ring that has the name of God on it, you'll see. Then you can put the chain back on me. I just want to flex a little. Just a little. You are just going to love this. You're going to get such a kick out of it."
Immediately after Solomon takes the chain off Ashmedai and gives him the ring with the magic name of God on it, Ashmedai pops that ring in, swallows it like he's taken an Advil, and grows to ginormous size so that his wings scrape the sky. Oh, fuck. Ashmedai goes,
"Ooh, not me proving that all of those King Solomon is so wise stories are purely marketing. Your PR team doth protest too much." And remember when I said that you were going to get such a kick out of this? Well, you are, in a sense.
Ashmedai drop kicks King Solomon hundreds of miles away, transforms to look just like King Solomon, and takes over his role as king. Now it really is a real face-off situation. After the OG, King Solomon struggles out of his impact crater, and he tries to convince everybody that he was actually the king. LOL, nobody believed him. Sure. And I'm the Queen of Sheba. Yeah. Finally, the sages of the Sanhedrin in Jerusalem are like, well, he is consistent and insistent about his identity. Maybe he is who he says he is. Turns out there had indeed been some recent episodes of sketchiness in King Solomon's behavior. For example, when he slept with his queens, he kept his socks on. A red flag in a human man, but even more so in the case of a demon, because as previously established, demons have chicken feet. Other clues that proved King Solomon probably wasn't King Solomon was the fact that he was trying to demand that Bathsheba, King Solomon's mother, sleep with him too. Yeah, that's a pretty good clue. So the sages bring the OG King Solomon and give him a chain and a ring with God's name on it. And just like in one of my favorite movies of all time, Thor Ragnarok, Ashmedai takes one look at them, spits out his drink and goes,
"Oh shit."
And then he fucking books it out of there. Now, what's interesting is that this is actually a choose-your-own-adventure story. Rav and Shmuel disagree about how the story really ends. One says Solomon was the king, and then he became a commoner, and then he became the king again once he had defeated Ashmedai. But he remained really afraid and surrounded himself with warriors all the time. And the other view is that once King Solomon became a commoner, he never returned to his position on the throne. Meaning,
it's been Ashmedai all along.